Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of the Blue Bridge. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing an early preview of our upcoming match against Bournemouth. Yeah, it's an early one for me, but I just can't wait for this international break to be over. I'm looking forward to the Bournemouth match already. Or am I? Because I don't know what to expect with this Chelsea side at the moment. You know, on paper, this should be 3 points. But the last match we played against Nottingham Forest, on paper, that should have been 3 points. Nottingham Forest, terrible home record, and we still messed that one up. So what we're going to get with Chelsea, I don't know. And we have some more bad news in the during the international break, where we heard about the news of Lavia, and he didn't even travel with his team. He stayed at Cobham to work on his fitness, but that backfired because he's damaged his ankle ligaments, I believe. So the club are looking at about 6 weeks for his recovery. So we're still yet to see this guy play. And what is it with players who come in and the injury curse strikes again? You don't have to be linked with Chelsea before getting injured. And I think it's unfair though. Some of our fan base are saying that it's the medical staff are appalling. Why are we getting all these injuries? But the reason why the medical staff was changed in the first place was because of the amount of injuries that we were getting before they came along in the first place. So to blame them for all the injuries we're getting now is ridiculous, and people always think about the now. They don't think about what happened in the past. It's not like we had an impeccable injury record. We had injuries left, right, and centre. For during when Tuchel was here, when Lampard was here, we had a few injuries. So these injuries have been mounting up over the years, and even going back to Sarri and way beyond. The only time we had a great injury record was with Jose Mourinho. I think the way that they worked back then was that it was all about the way that they didn't if we were 2 or 3 and up, we used to rest players, and there was a lot of rest and recovery when Mourinho was here. And then we all know what happened with the doctor when he had that conversation with the doctor and it didn't go too well. She left, and it's gone downhill since Eva left. So make of it what you want. Brian English was another one who left at the time. So but as I said, to blame the new owners now is ridiculous. If it's still happening in 2 or 3 years' time, they're not going to change the medical staff and then click of a finger, everything's going to be all right. The methods are going to take time to change. So anyway, with this Bournemouth match coming up, there's 2 talking points I want to sort of concentrate on as well. The first one being the guy who should have been playing for Bournemouth, but now he's actually donning the Chelsea shirt, and that is none other than Nicholas Jackson, because Nicholas Jackson should have been playing for Bournemouth, facing us, but he had an injury. Maybe he knew he was going to be linked with Chelsea, that's why he had an injury before. But he had an injury, and he didn't, or did he fail his medical or something? That's why he didn't join Bournemouth, and the rest is history. So their misfortune is our good fortune. So we've got him playing with us rather than for us. Hopefully he can register a few goals. He's doing everything else at the moment but scoring goals. So I'm hoping that he can come in and score a couple of goals. That's as a striker, you need to be scoring goals, don't you? And talking about scoring goals, we've been linked with Ivan Toney again. So what do you guys think about that? Do you want him, or do you want someone else? Stick it in the comment section below. Now I want to go on to another talking point, and it's about the squad and the squad size at the moment and people who may not be included in the squad. So we know one name is not going to be included in the squad to face Bournemouth, and that is Trevor Chalobah. And there's a lot of our fan base again are moaning about the fact of how Trevor Chalobah has been treated. How could they treat a player who's been loyal to the club in this way? I've got mixed feelings about it. Okay, the human side of me, I have pity with Chalobah, because Chalobah has always given his all for Chelsea, and he's somebody who said he wants to stay and fight for his place when it didn't materialise that he can go to Bayern Munich. But he knew the score. He knew that he would be 5th choice centre back if he stayed, or he may not be in the squad altogether. So these things might have been outlined to him, but if he wants to stay and try and work his way back into the team, then that's on him. And the thing is, we know with Chelsea, the theme has been injuries today, and with our injury record, all 3 defenders may get out may get injured. He may find his way back in. So yeah, strange things have happened. But the reason why I feel that, putting sentiment aside, I can understand the logic behind it is because last season, that's what undermined us, because the squad was way too big. We had players you couldn't even sit in the changing room when we were discussing tactics. And when Pochettino wants to play 11 against 11, you need the right amount of numbers. You don't want to be having people coming off the bench or the uneven numbers, because that's what happened last season, and that's part of why we had such a poor season. He obviously said, these are the players I want to work with. He's given the squad, and those who are not fit, who do not fit into his plans, there's no point in them hanging around with the first team squad. If we need to make up the numbers, and they can come in and train with us if we've got internationals or injuries or whatever, they can come in. But he needs to keep that squad a tight unit of, was it 22 players he said he liked to work with. So if Chalobah happens to be surplus to requirements, then so be it. Unfortunate for him, but that's the way it is in football sometimes. It's a dog-eat-dog world. So, excuse me, one of my lights are gone, but that's why it's got a bit dimmer. So, again, as I said, it's don't know what to feel about this game. I don't even know how to predict Chelsea results. And nowadays, it's just whatever you want, win, lose or draw. I don't know. I'm going to stop predicting results until I can see a pattern. At the moment, it's just a very inconsistent the way that we are performing at the moment. One bit of good news though, before I go, and again, keeping on the theme of injuries, there is, when I say good news, but Fabrizio Romano today spoke about Nkunku and how Chelsea are kind of pinning their hopes on Nkunku because they were impressed with how he was performing in pre-season and in training, and if they think he's going to have an important part in what we do and going forward. So we're hoping that he'll be back in a couple of months' time. So that gives us until November, so we can get ready, sort of be ready for the busy Christmas period and beyond, the business end of the season. And if we are in touching distance of the top four by then he could be that player that we need to push us on and take us into those Champions League spots. Because obviously I'm not talking about the league or anything else, but Champions League spot is probably what we can realistically aim for this season. But we need results to start picking up now, and it starts with a game against Bournemouth. Are you guys confident going into this game against Bournemouth, or are you still a little bit, apprehensive just because of the way that the results have been going so far? If you want to do a prediction, stick it in the comment section below. Let's see what you think. So guys, here's hoping, here's keeping our fingers crossed that we can finally get in a very good performance, a decent result, and let our season kickstart from the Bournemouth game going forward. So guys, don't forget as always to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So take care, bye bye.